Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to Hard Copy from our channel's television studios in Abuja. I'm Kayla Megwa. 2026 is here, the year the Chinese are calling the year of the fire horse. And riding that fire horse in Nigeria this year will be the politicians. Yes, politics will be in top gear this year in preparations for the 2027 general elections. Enjoying their time in the sun will be the All Progressives Congress. Swelling ranks and weakened oppositions, but there are a few issues. Rivers State being one of them, as Governor Fubara and Minister Wike reignite their impasse. Who is the leader of the party in Rivers State? And will Fubara run for a second term in office? Then there's the issue of the Tinubu administration. While the APC may reign supreme in political circles, when it comes to the Nigerian people, does the APC reign supreme in their hearts, minds, and most importantly, their pockets? Why should the Nigerian people vote APC in 2027? And finally, swelling ranks have a downside. Too many political ambitions. Will the APC survive this gathering of strange bedfellows who many say are only in the APC to fulfill their political ambitions? Is the APC the new special purpose vehicle? The national chairman of the APC, Professor Nentawe Yilwada, answers this and many more questions tonight on Hard Copy. Professor Nentawe Yilwada, welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you. Thank you, Nigerians.
I mean, you look like you're having a wonderful time. But everyone who's talking about the All Progressives Congress right now is talking about the work ahead for you and the party. Let's go back to 2025.
Yes.
What was the biggest milestone of the All Progressives Congress in 2025?
I think our biggest milestone was the transition in APC of leadership. We're able to transit quietly, without so much noise, without friction, with social cohesion within the party, and with clear leadership being driven by decisions that are made by the party itself, holding our neck twice in a year, without any friction, no court case, no division. To us, it was a great milestone for us that the party leadership is clearly seen, and unlike other political parties that are having frictions, they're having division. We became the most attractive political party in Nigeria because there's so clear leadership in the party. It's looking positive for us as a milestone. So we see ourselves as the most positive political party now in terms of governance, in terms of social social interaction of the party itself, social cohesion, and that's what is making everybody, including you, I'm sure, you want to be a member of APC, I'm sure.
We'll see about that. I'm a journalist. I don't belong to any political party.
It doesn't matter. We're all Nigerians, and I want good governance for the country. So whether you're a journalist, a pastor, an imam, a teacher, anybody, you want good governance.
Speaking of good governance, it's interesting. You were mentioning all the milestones of the party in 2025. You said, yes, well, it's making people attracted to the party, but you didn't mention the fact that your party somehow has been able to take as many governors out there as possible. And of course, everyone is talking about how the party did that, whether it is the APC that is causing the problems in other political parties, that is causing the players in those political parties to leave those parties and join the APC. And then, of course, there's also the fear that there's an impending implosion in your party. They say it's inevitable. And we've seen it happen before. There was a time when the People's Democratic Party was behaving like your party right now, reeling out all the great things that are happening. But they say an implosion is inevitable. What do you make of that fear?
But you should also note that we have people also defecting from APC. And you've not mentioned those ones. What's the members of APC who defected to other political parties? Why are you so much concerned only about the people who are coming to APC?
Because they are governors.
Yes. Governors are like any other citizen in the country.
When we hear about the number of people who are defecting to the All Progressives Congress, the conversation comes up about the All Progressives Congress becoming the new special purpose vehicle for anyone with a political ambition. Oh, my party can't give me... I don't know who the national secretary of my party is, so I'm joining the APC. I feel like my chances are better. I need more allocations. I feel like there'll be more grassroots impact if I join the APC. If I want a second term, it's most likely that if I'm with the ruling party, I'll do well. So you have a lot of people who, many people have said, are not interested mostly in governance, but interested in forwarding their political ambitions. And all of them are joining the All Progressives Congress, which is bringing the conversation about the All Progressives Congress becoming the new special purpose vehicle. And with all special purpose vehicles, there is always an implosion. Is that something that, as chairman of the All Progressives Congress, you are worried about? How are you going to handle all the political ambitions that have joined your party?
But you've been seeing how we're managing the primaries conducted still under this APC. Almost everybody wants to, many people buying forms in their numbers. Those are people buying forms to contest primary election. We've done a primary election in APC. Have you heard of any issue? Once you have a big political party, you're bound to have more friction, more disagreements, which is normally all political parties. But we'll be able to manage it with good leadership, starting with the president, who has been a master of this game for many years, who knows how to manage people. He has managed people for how many years in Lagos? You could see how Lagos is politically very stable for all this number of years, without crisis, without implosion in Lagos. He has brought the same template to the national level. And the party is very stable. He has been guiding the party in such a way that, so you could see party sort of committees for reconciliation, and see there are presidential committees on reconciliation. So areas that the party cannot manage, the president steps in and brings his wealth of experience and sort of presidential committee on reconciliation. Just on the 24th, a day before Christmas, the president set up a presidential committee on reconciliation of the party and mobilization. You could see the president coming into step where the party have limitation at party level, because he is the leader of the party at the national level. Now, we also have our reconciliation committees at the party level that we do our jobs. We move around the parties, we do the research, we do the documentation, we print the data, we set up people to go down, we work on the people, where we have crisis, where we discover that they cannot, we at the party level, we cannot meet up, they will push it to presidential committees, and presidential committee will take off from there and continue. And so we have, a method that has been developed within the party, methodological method, an approach that you can actually, a scientific approach to problem solving in the party, unlike most political parties. So within the party, you have the NWC, you have the state structures, you have the national structure, and each of them, they have reconciliation committees that are running.
Well, that's interesting. So for the Nigerian people who are looking at the party right now, is there a continuity plan? Because, the president may do 8 years in office. Many people have said that the 2027 election is guaranteed. There's no opposition to him. Who's going to fight? Who's going to fight with this particular federal might and the amount of defections into the party? But what happens when he leaves office? Because 8 years, he would have to leave. Would the APC be able to survive after Tinubu?
Of course. Before him, the APC survived. With him, the APC survived. But mark you, his hand, even when he was not the president, his hand was visible. You recall in 2019, President Buhari set up a reconciliation committee that will prepare the party for elections in 2018. And it was headed by the same President Bola Tinubu in 2018. And when submitting the report, mark is what he said, I have reconciled the numbers that we need to win the 2019 election. With what I have done, I am sure we can win 2019 election. Did we win it? Yes, we won it. Was he the president? No. But did he champion the reconciliation? Yes. Now he'll be coming in as a former president. Then he wasn't a former president, he was a former governor. Today, he's coming as a national leader who is a former president, provide leadership for us. Anybody coming in will depend heavily on his experience, heavily on his own network, heavily on his own method, that scientific method of that scientific political approach that he has been doing. It will depend on him.
Let's talk a little bit about security, because that has been one of the major issues this year with the strikes that just happened in Sokoto.
Yes.
And there's talk that this is going to be a continuous process. There are many people who feel like, the president's support, because what we've heard is that the president and the Nigerian government is in collaboration with the United States government to ensure that these terrorists are killed. But there are many people who feel like, wait, hold on, we were not carried along as a people. For many of those people, they may be in northern Nigeria. There are rumors that the All Progressives Congress is not as popular in northern Nigeria as they would like to see. In fact, there are people that are saying anybody but Tinubu in 2027 for northern Nigeria. What do you make of that?
Before the election in the by-elections in August this year, about 4 months ago, I recall these 5 months now, I recall they said that APC will not win any election in the north, and the opposition came out and said that anything but APC. And I recall in one of the interviews, but one of the leaders of the opposition, he said that not even the polling unit of Mr. President would APC be accepted in any, not talk of the northern part of Nigeria. But election took place in the whole northern part of Nigeria. We lost only one House of Assembly. We won all the election in the northern. We won Kebbi, we won Kano, and lost one. We won Kaduna, House of Rep and House of Assembly. We won Zaria. We won Ganye in Adama. We won, we won Kogi. We won in Niger. So it shows that we won election in the North Central among the core Muslim communities and core Fulani communities. We won among the minorities of the northern Nigeria. We won among the Christian dominated communities of northern Nigeria, which means that our party is more distributed. Mark you, there's no political party in that by-election that won in more than a geopolitical zone. NPP won only in Kano, in the House of Assembly. We won one, they won one. In the whole north, PDP did not win any of the elections. Labour Party did not win any of the elections. In the southern part of Nigeria, PDP won only in Oyo. In the southeast, they won only, Labour Party won in Anambra State. And then, but all the other elections that took place, we won all of them. Now it shows clearly that APC is more acceptable, is more distributed, is much more open at the grassroots. Most time people talk on TV. It's easy to talk on TV and make statements on TV, but it's more difficult to go to grassroots and tell people that they should vote against APC. The Nigerian and ordinary person in Nigeria at the grassroots believe in this party called APC. While sometimes people come on media, come on TV and make statements, but in reality, when elections cast, it comes back to APC as the winning ticket in most communities because they've seen good governance, they've seen the difference. Workers now are being paid, like I said. They are seeing projects in their communities. They are seeing social insurance, health insurance increasing. We doubled the numbers. We increased in the last 2 years, we've increased health insurance by over 4 million, and mostly for people who are within the artisans, the market women, those rural poor. We added this number that we added to social insurance, and they're not sure of their health insurance.
Okay.
There are students who are having student loan now. They can go to school. Their parents are from the village. They will ask, what if your school say, no, every month they give me 20,000 naira, and my school has been paid by government. Which government? President Bola Tinubu. Which government? APC. You see, these are the parts that are playing at the grassroots of APC. every day.
All right.
Meanwhile, they keep on talking. These ordinary citizens are getting benefit every day. So why should I? Just in the last 6 months, we have over 6 million Nigerians who got 5,000 naira from the social protection system. So how do you not tell that those 6 million Nigerians in rural community who are households now, their households, their households, tell them that we don't support APC.
All right. Prof, we do have to go on a break. When we come back from that break, we'll be talking tax reforms in a year that electioneering is going to be in top gear. Then we shall move to the southern parts of this country and the conversation around how 2027 is going to be between the All Progressives Congress and the Nigerian people. So please, stay with us on Hard Copy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hard Copy right here on Channels Television. If you've just joined us, we have the National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nentawe Yewata, joining us on the program. Thank you very much, Prof, for being here with us.
Thank you.
All right, let's take your structure to the south, the southern part of this country. One state in particular, Rivers State. Who is the head of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State?
In all the states, we have the state governors. They lead the parties in their own respective states. And in APC, we give that privilege to the governors. But at the same time, we normally ask the governors where we have leaders at national level and to respect inclusion. Inclusion in all the states. You being the leader doesn't mean that you now disfranchise people who are within the state. So we give that room for inclusion. Just like I'm more or less like a coordinator. For example, as national chairman of the party, I only coordinate what's happening at the local government, at the state levels.
So just so we're clear.
So the same thing, yes.
Just so we're clear, in Rivers State,
yes,
the leader
yes,
of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State is Governor
yes,
Siminalayi Fubara?
Yes, but he will need to coordinate with every other person in the state.
What about the statements recently attributed to Minister Nyesom Wike? And one of the things that he said is that the fact that you're singing on your mandate, we shall stand as a governor, does not guarantee a second term in office. If Siminalayi Fubara wants to run for a second term in office, will you, as national chairman of the party, be behind his second term election bid if he wants that?
I'm not the person to choose people in the primary election. Everybody undergoes primary election. If Siminalayi emerges as a candidate of APC in Rivers State, I'll stand by him. But if any other person emerges as the candidate of APC in Rivers State, I'll go with him. I go with candidates, not individuals. He will pick from like any other person. He will go to primary election like any other person. All governors go for primary election. Recall we did primary election in Ekiti election, in Ekiti State. And the governor contested with other people. And he emerged as the candidate of the APC. Even when he came to submit their forms in the party office, but refused to pay in all of them. Asked to go and submit their forms. The governor went and submitted his form like any other person. But after he emerged as a candidate of APC Ekiti State, took over. I took over at the point of the person becoming a candidate of the party, not at the point of having him as an aspirant. So when Sim picks a form, he'll be an aspirant. If he emerges as a candidate, I'll support him. If he loses, I'll sympathize with him and go with the person that wins the primary election.
Let's talk about the influence of Minister Nyesom Wike in Rivers State, because that's a big conversation that's going on right now. He's not a member of the All Progressives Congress. In fact, we spoke recently with Honorable Farouk Aliyu, one of the leaders in the CPC bloc of the All Progressives Congress, of which you are national chairman. Yes. And he said, listen, if we're discussing elections, we will not be discussing with Nyesom Wike. He's not a member of our party. We would be discussing with Siminalayi Fubara because he's a member of the All Progressives Congress right now. What do you make of that sentiment? And is that one that you share as well? Does Wike factor in any way when it comes to APC in Rivers State, in your view?
I think we're flogging what we don't need to overflog. Why did I say that? Wike is in PDP. And, we have registered members of APC in Rivers State. And we have many people that defected from PDP to APC in Rivers State, from National Assembly to the Senate to the House of Rep. Allow me to discuss members of my party, not discuss people who are not members of my political party. So discussing people who are not members of my political party is like diving into what doesn't concern me. I'm jumping the fence. So allow me to discuss the members of my political party. I'm a chairman of APC, not chairman of all political parties in Nigeria.
Many people have said that this election, come 2027, is going to be between the Nigerian people and the All Progressives Congress. With the new tax laws and our current realities and economic situations, do you think that has engendered more love for the All Progressives Congress, love in the hearts of the Nigerian people for your party? Or are they now very skeptical of you, saying you say you will do one thing and then suddenly we don't have any money in our pockets anymore?
No. If you look at the business community, they are very happy with Mr. President. Ask any person in the business community.
Even with the new tax laws that are going to be focusing on that upper echelon of our society, you think they'll be happy with the president?
Yes, but you see, if you look at the tax law, it protects the poor. And the reason why I say it protects the poor is that there's a threshold that you don't even pay tax at all.
That it is the wealthy, the upper class, that are going to be taxed.
Yes,
now, I'm saying that would the president not be facing some kind of backlash from that segment of society, that very influential segment of society?
But don't you think that's what happens globally and it happens everywhere? They are making more money now. You could see them, the powder market has collapsed. What I get in, I can go to US, withdraw, with my Nigerian ATM card. I can go globally and withdraw anywhere, make transactions unlike before. So those loss they used to get from those differential, it has increased their profit margin, allowing them comfortably pay tax within the country. And the tax, if you look at the tax regime even, it's not as high as people keep on speculating. It will also allow the government to invest back in the economy, put infrastructure in place. Those infrastructure will still support their businesses. Without those infrastructures, the business will also suffer. We can invest in security, we can invest in road network, airlines, airports, we can invest in several sectors that will also improve on their own bottom as businesses. Now, you discover the time of doing business in Nigeria keep increasing because of poor road network. The roads are better, the time will reduce, their profit will also increase. If the rail comes in, it means that they can have cheaper transport of their own goods and services, and that also reduce their overall cost of business, and then they will have more profit. So, the essence of this is to ensure that also government has enough resources to invest in critical infrastructure that can build that infrastructure for their own good also.
As we start to wrap up, there's never enough time to talk with you, Prof. I feel like time moves very fast whenever I'm speaking with you. But as we start to wrap up, what should the Nigerian people expect from the All Progressives Congress in 2026?
We're expecting that in 2026, we're going to conduct our congresses from what local government, state, zonal, and also national level. And so we want to improve on the governance of our party. And Mark, you wait and see. We'll have least friction in that Congress also, and that the convention that we'll have in March of this year. So expect that we're going to have a good governance structure established in the party after the March convention that we'll have in the party. If
Peter Obi is given the presidential ticket of the ADC, there are speculations out there that we have finally entered a race, one where Peter Obi will put up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And they're saying that your chances might be, no matter how many people have joined your party, you may not have the kind of success that you think you're going to get if Peter Obi is really standing up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. They say a lot of things go in his favor. We've heard the APC say that there is no actual structure. They don't have any state. How are they going to be able to support that ambition? However, This is a man who has a lot of friends, especially among these demographics you're talking about, young people, women. If he's up against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what do you think your chances are going to be? Is that something that the All Progressives Congress is worried about?
Every election has her sentiments, has her emotions, and has what goes for it. 2023 were different sentiments. 2027 will have completely different narratives. You know, 2027 to 2023, everybody is coming out as proven person at the national level. Tinubu has proven that almost all things that were not, where nobody could try it, even with a long spoon. He's done it. And all the candidates said they would do it. But he was brave enough to do it. And he has done it. Everything they said they improved on tax system. We've done it. They said, Obi said that he will remove fuel subsidy. We've done it. He said he will collapse the parallel market. We've done it. He said he will build infrastructure. We've done it. So the campaign narrative for 2027 will be different. He will come in the I will. We will be saying we have. There are two different narratives in 2027 between us and and Labour Party. But mark you,
not the Labour Party. This is the ADC now. He's not. He has moved to the ADC.
Now the ADC. Now let me just tell you, most people who supported Peter Obi in 2023, most of them are now in APC. They've left. They've seen the reason. They've seen they're in APC, and they've seen the reason why they should come. Everybody is seeing reason why APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best choice for Nigeria.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Prof, that is where we wrap up today's episode. I want to thank you very much for making out the time to be with us on Hard Copy.
Thank you so very much. But I hope your mind is still met up to being APC. I'm advancing it to you. I'm offering APC to you as a choice.
There is no such thing going on in my mind. And if there were, I would tell you. But thank you for trying, Prof.
But I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out to you again because I don't give up.
I know you don't, but I want to thank you again very much for being with us on Hard Copy. Have a wonderful new year, and we'll talk to you soon. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
That's Hard Copy this week. I'm Kayla Magwa. Have a fabulous new year.